Hey everyone, a couple of years back when I was little, about 7 years ago when I was little, I was on my way home from school and I found this plastic piece of guardrail. It's the part that goes behind the rail, between the rail and the post. And I put it up on this pole, and it's really nice, it's durable, it's made out of this heavy-duty plastic. And back then I didn't have a hole saw, so I just put a crooked 2x4 on here. And the birds have been using it every year since. See, the bottom compartment's kind of cleaned out for the year, but the top you could still see the feathers in their nest. Well, today I was walking, and there was some road crews replacing a guardrail because there must have been a car crash. So I was able to get these old compression blocks that they were just gonna throw out. So I took them, I got 3 of them, and you can see the tops bowed a little bit because these were already compressed. But I'm gonna be making them actually with a hole saw so they look nice, and these will last forever, these heavy plastic. If you bought a piece of plastic decking to put on them, then they'd absolutely last forever, but I'm just gonna be using a piece of wood with a hole saw. And the good thing about these, okay, I'm gonna clean them up first. I just had to get in the house. It was really cold out there today. So basically what I do with this, on the front of it, I just put a piece of wood on here, I screw it on, then I drill 2 holes, and there's this nice lip here. I can sink 2 screws on each side of this into the tree, and you got this. Now I'm going to drill some holes in this and screw it on. This plastic, you don't have to worry about drilling pilot holes. It's a soft plastic, and I've done it before. I can nail right into it without it cracking. I'm using these nails. When they're in, they get a good grip. They're long enough to Okay, so this is what I come out with. These birdhouses with 2 compartments. I drilled 1-inch holes in them. A 1-inch hole is appropriate for birds such as a finch or a wren. A sparrow can probably fit in there too. A sparrow, you usually want an 1.5-inch hole. I'm just using 1 inch because there's a lot of finches in the area. The existing houses I have in the yard are finches. As soon as I put these in the tree, the squirrel's probably gonna start chewing to make it big enough for the squirrel to get in there. If you want to prevent that, you can take a piece of sheet metal, tack it over the hole, and drill through the sheet metal. That'll prevent the squirrels from going through that. But this is just beat up scrap wood I had laying around. I'm gonna put this up in the tree, and after a few years, if it rots, I'll replace it with something much better. But there's other kinds of birdhouses you could make with these. For example, you could just nail a thin piece of sheet metal over the holes, and you could try drilling through the sides. Or you could even combine a few of these blocks to make a massive birdhouse. But the idea I have is, I take this, let's just pretend this is a tree, this pole, and I drill through this lip, and that attaches it to the tree. They're durable birdhouses. If you're ever able to find these that the road crews are throwing out, you could stain or spray paint this. These are just boards I had, they're scrap. But that one I showed in the yard, the one I have painted green, I painted that green because it matches the rest of my birdhouses. These I'm just going to leave plain. I'm going to put these way up in a tree. I bet something would probably even nest in it without the wood on it if I just nailed the block to the tree. Be more like a shelf. Or you could always nail it to the tree sideways like this. But you'd have to put a back on it to seal that part up. Thanks for watching. I just added some nails so when I go up in a tree I don't have to have all these loose nails. And I'm going to be using these nails to anchor it into the tree. Those other nails weren't big enough, so I'm going to be putting these in. I just drilled pilot holes, and that's a really long nail into the tree. Instead of 4, because these are big nails, I'm only going to be putting 2, one on diagonal corners. I just got up on the ladder. I put this one up. I could only get half of a nail in the tree, so I bent the other part over for it couldn't slide off. These are some other houses I built years ago. Those are very old. Here's another one closer to the ground. The top one is 16 feet off the ground, and the lower one is only about 8.